I was in the middle of my day when it happened. Nothing dramatic, nothing that should have stopped me. Just an ordinary moment in an ordinary afternoon that suddenly made everything else feel completely irrelevant. And I put everything down and I started writing. Because there are things that have been sitting inside me for too long now. Things I kept rearranging into silence because the timing was never right, or the words were never ready, or I convinced myself that what I was feeling would eventually settle if I just gave it enough time. It did not settle. It never settled. It just got louder and more specific and more impossible to keep organizing into the background of a life I am trying to present as normal. I do not even know exactly where to start. That's the honest truth, and I would rather tell you that than pretend I arrived here with everything perfectly arranged. I just know that I needed to reach you today. Not tomorrow, not when things made more sense, not when I felt more prepared or more certain or more anything. Today, right now, in the middle of everything I was supposed to be doing. I think about you more than I have ever admitted to anyone. More than would probably sound reasonable if I said the actual number out loud. In the small moments mostly, not the big dramatic ones. When something funny happens and my first instinct is to tell you before I tell anyone else. When something hurts and the only voice I want to hear is yours. When the day ends and I'm lying in the quiet and the last thought that moves through me before sleep has your name somewhere inside it. Every single day, without exception. And I have been carrying that privately for so long that it has started to feel like a second job. The constant management of how much space you take up inside me so that it does not show on the outside. I have gotten very good at that management. Too good, probably. Good enough that you may have had no idea. Good enough that the people around me had no idea. Good enough that some days even I almost believe the performance. But today, something broke through it. Just cracked right through the careful management and the composed surface and landed me here, writing to you instead of doing everything I was supposed to be doing, choosing this over everything else on my list because this is the only thing that actually matters today. I want to tell you what these months have actually been like, not the version I present, the real one. They have been quiet in a way that does not feel peaceful. The kind of quiet that exists not because everything is calm, but because the thing that used to fill the space is no longer there. I did not understand how much sound you added to my life until that sound was gone. Not literal sound, the other kind. The kind that makes ordinary days feel like they contain something worth paying attention to. The kind that makes you want to be present because presence feels like it actually means something. That kind of sound left when you left. And what replaced it was not silence exactly, just a version of my life that functions perfectly well and means significantly less. I have met people since then. I want to be honest with you about that. People who were kind and interesting and genuinely worth knowing. And I showed up for those connections the way a person shows up when they are trying to convince themselves that moving forward is possible. But here's what I could never get past. None of them knew me. Not the way you knew me, not with that specific and unhurried attention you gave to understanding who I actually was, rather than who I was presenting myself as. You never let me get away with the performance. You always waited, patiently and completely, for the real version to show up. And I did not understand how rare that was until I kept looking for it everywhere else and kept finding nothing close. There is a version of this where I stay quiet, where I finish writing this and then close it and go back to the day I interrupted and tell myself that saying nothing was the wiser choice. I know that version. I have chosen it many times before. But I am so tired of the version where I stay quiet, tired of mistaking silence for strength when it's really just been fear dressed up in patient clothing. Tired of letting the days pass while everything I actually want to say sits inside me taking up space I could use for something other than careful containment. So I'm saying it today, not because I have it all figured out, not because I know exactly what I'm asking for or what I expect this to become, just because you deserve to know that you are not a chapter I closed cleanly and moved on from. You are the thing I keep returning to. The measure I use without meaning to use it. The person I reached for first in moments that matter, before I remember that reaching for you is no longer something I have simple access to. I stopped everything today to write this to you. My whole day, everything waiting, everything that seemed important an hour ago sitting completely untouched, because none of it is actually more important than this, than finally saying clearly and without the usual careful management what has been true for longer than I've been willing to admit. I miss you. Not gently, not in the manageable way that becomes background noise after enough time, in the specific and daily and completely unresolved way that doesn't care how much time passes or how well I perform normalcy for everyone watching. I miss you, and I needed you to know that today, before another ordinary afternoon passed where I almost said it and then didn't, before the quiet got any louder, before I convinced myself one more time that staying silent was somehow protecting either of us from anything real. I had to stop everything just to write this to you, and I would stop everything again tomorrow. That's how I know it needed to be said. DM to FD message today.